Okay, we in Exodus, the 17th chapter. We identified Amalek, Eliphaz, Esau's son, is Amalek father. So this is what the Most High said in Exodus 17 and 16. You see they over there fighting with Hamas. It says in Exodus 17 and 16, it says, for he said, the Most High said, because the Most High have sworn that the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So they're in the land, but when Israel go to the land, it's supposed to be peaceful, supposed to be all peace. No more war. But the Most High swore by himself they have war with Amalek from generation to generation. How do you escape? Go to Exodus 15 and 3. The Most High is a man. He's not a woman. You know, they got these Bibles coming out. The Most High is a man and a woman. The Most High is a man of war. The Most High is his name. So the Most High is a warrior. He's a man of war. And in war, what do? You have strategies how you're going to kill people. And that's what you're hearing about. In these last days, that's what you're going to see. More and more and more. And Mashiach Shai is a man of war. That's why he said, go to Matthew 10:34 when he was on in this earth. Matthew 10:34. Oh, it's on. Matthew 10:34. Think not. He said, don't even think that I am come to send peace on earth. He said, don't even think that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Say, he comes to no peace, come to send a sword, like we read in Revelation 19:11. He come to judge and make war. Don't get it twisted. Because a lot of y'all run from the Old Testament to run to a Mashiach Yahushai, and we just read about the Most High said the Most High is a man of war. The Most High is his name, right? Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's look at St. John 10 and 30. St. John 10 and 30. You say, I and my Father are one. They agree. They agree. You see? So you're not going to run from the Most High until you're going to run to a Mashiach Yahushai. He said, hey. He said he's doing the works of the Most High. The Most High is a warrior. He's a warrior. That's why we just read he's coming to judge and make war. What are you doing war? You kill people. Look on your TV. Look at the media. What's going on right now? War is about killing people. So what are you coming back to do? When you understand this, and understand this, go to Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians, the oppressor, against the Egyptians. I'm going to set these that you have been in captivity under against each other. Like he said, if Satan cast out Satan, how can his kingdom stand? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. As we just read in the Apocrypha. It's going to be racial wars. And they're going to regard nobody's authority. Everybody going to be operating in their own power. Psalms 96 and 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. That's why you see them idols didn't help the people in India, so they start throwing them out their houses in the middle of the street. Get that. Prime time for them to learn this truth. Go back to Isaiah the 19th chapter. Look at verse 20. Isaiah 19 and 20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the most high power of hosts. That hosts mean armies and angels in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto the Most High because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. You hear what it say? Read you again. Solutions, you want solutions? I say it all the time, but listen what it says. Those that have ears to hear, let them hear. Those that have eyes to see, let them see. Go there. Isaiah 19 and 20. You want solutions? Listen what it say. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the most high power of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry. We're not in the land of Egypt. In Isaiah, he's not in the Egyptian captivity. We've been out of Egyptian captivity. But Egypt means captivity, slavery, and bondage. Read Exodus 20 and 2. Let's read that. So you hold that so you'll know. Some of you might not know. A lot of times, we got to make sure that the precepts bring forth the understanding of why it's saying what it's saying and how it comes into context with what it is saying. Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Most High thy power. I am the Most High your power, Israelites, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. See? So Egypt means captivity, slavery, and bondage. So when you look at this again in Isaiah 19 and 20, and it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, power of angels, in the land of Egypt, wherever we're in captivity in. For they shall cry unto the Most High because of the oppressors. Hear that? We done read about what they're going to do. And spoiling Israelites and kicking them out of their house and putting them in jail and all of that. But they're going to cry unto the Most High. You want a solution? Here's a solution. They shall cry unto the Most High because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a Savior. Hamashiach Yahushai, coming in Revelation 19:11 to judge and make war. And a great one. Oh, yeah. And he shall deliver them. He's going to deliver us. He's going to save us from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's being saved. That's being delivered. Luke 1:68-71 proves that fact. Don't that sound great? But then, when you look at it, like I said, a solution, he said we're going to cry to the Most High. And it's sad because it's like, whenever you need something, then you ask the Most High for it. And then when you get whatever you want to get, or you do whatever you do, you're not even communicating with him. Look. Go to Judges, the 10th chapter. And we're going to get right to the point. Verse 10. And the children of Israel cried unto the Most High, saying, we have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our power and also served Baalim. And the Most High said unto the children of Israel, did not I deliver you from the Egyptians? Listen to all these nations that the Most High delivered us from. Did not I deliver you from the Egyptians and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, the Zidonians also, and the Amalekites, that's the Jewish people, and the Maonites did oppress you, and ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. All these nations had us in captivity. And ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. Remember, we're going to cry because of the oppression. And the Most High is going to deliver us. It's the same thing here. Solutions. You hear it. And ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. It wasn't like nation to nation. Okay, we cried to him, he delivered us out of our hand, went back to our land. Yet ye have forsaken me. Then we forsake him. And served other gods, served other idols. Remember, all the gods of the nation are idols. We end up serving their idols. What they believe in. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Go cry unto whatever it is that you have chosen outside from the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is invisible power. He is invisible power. Nothing you can tangibly see, you can say that that's the most high. Represent him. He said, go cry to the gods of the other nations that you chose to follow. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. You remember it said, it's going to be terrible on this earth because of lack of bread and great tribulation. Remember it said that? We read that in 2 Thessalonians 15th chapter. He's telling you. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Some of you, your own power. You don't even believe in the Most High. You your own power. You don't want to take the time to learn of him. How are you going to save you? You're going to create your own power. That's why we just read. Mashiach Shai said he'll come to us and say, hey, Mashiach, we done many, we prophesied in that name. We cast out devils in that name. We done many wonderful works in that name. He said he probably you to work of iniquity. I never knew you. That's a deep statement. And people thinking they rolling with the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, and not rolling with him at all. He said, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. It's on, y'all. And the children of Israel said unto the Most High, we have sinned. Do thou unto us whatever seemeth good unto thee. Deliver us only, we pray thee this day. And they put away the strange gods, stop dealing with all these strange religions from among them, and served the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And his soul was grieved for the misery of Israel. See? That's what works. That's what works. Solution, you want solutions? Hey, humble yourself before the Most High, before he bring his destruction. It's coming. Habakkuk. Go to her book of Habakkuk. The second chapter. See, we have to, as a people, we always cry to the Most High, and he releases from captivity amongst our enemies. Then we go back to being wicked again. That's why I go to Daniel's 9 and 11. So yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against thee, broken his commandments. Or when you read this book of Daniel, the 9th chapter, you look at it over and over again. Like you go to Ezra, the 8th chapter, and the 7th chapter. It tells you how we have sinned. Look at verse 5. We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets. They killed the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. Verse 9. To the Most High, our power belongeth mercies. That's not getting something that you deserve a lot of times. And forgiveness, forgiving you many a times. Though we, including Daniel himself, including me and you and everybody else, if you in the spirit, have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed, we, including me and you and everybody else. Neither have we. This is what's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High, that you don't think you so righteous and you all that. Daniel didn't even have to come back here. But listen to what he said. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Most High, our power, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. See? We sinned against the Most High. Now let's go to Habakkuk, 2nd chapter. Let's deal with our enemy, who was sold to in slavery, captivity, and bondage. The last time that we got to go into captivity, slavery, and bondage was under the Edomites. Habakkuk 2. And let's look at verse 4. It said, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, that's prideful, is not upright in him. You hear what it said? No matter how much you teach this word in righteousness, it says his soul, which is lifted up in what? Lifted up meaning in pride, is not upright in him. Remember, the Most High made the wicked for the day of evil. His soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. The just are the children of Israel, shall live by the faith in the Most High. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Wine is like spirits, influencing people. He is a proud man. See, he's a proud man. Neither keepeth at home. That's why he got his military in all different lands, who enlarges his desire as hell. Everywhere he goes, as hell. You see what they're doing? Shoot, they flying over the people and bombing them. And other nations bombing back. Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Come on. What people on this earth killed more people than the Edomites? I'll wait. And is as death. It cannot be satisfied. Never be satisfied. But gathers unto him all nations. What country in this world gathers all nations? Talking about America. And heapeth unto him all people. Every nationality you can name, even to go to war to, when they get out of war, the lost or defeated, whatever, won or whatever, come on over here. Putting out all this money for all these other people, in America's people are just suffering. Send out all these that you helping take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How you get America? How they get Europe? Coming out of the Caucasus Mountains. How they take down the Byzantine Empire? The Dark Ages. Coming out of the caves of the Caucasus Mountains. How did that happen? Woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Thick, how color is clay? Red. If you ain't them, then hey, get back. You ain't white, get back. You white, you all right. You black, get back. Mostly, every nation have pigment except for them. But he's, right now, you can't really deal with this color thing because people have been mixing so much. You don't know. You got to go by that spirit. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Gonna bite them. And awake that shall vex thee. And thou shalt be for booties unto them. Gonna take everything they have. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. Telling you why. They spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood. Now you name someone that's shed more blood than them. They came in here to America. They gave the indigenous, the aboriginal people that was here in these lands, smallpox in the blankets and left. Sound familiar? They gave them smallpox in the blankets and left. Came back, people was wiped out. And how did they do it? They did it with a smile, style, and profile. Hey, here goes some blankets for you. Keep you warm in the winter. Choo, I'm out of here. Come back, people were just dead. And in the war, to get this land. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe, destruction to him that coveteth, and evil coveteth to his house. Woe to you that desire This evil, I mean, to tell you that they were made for the day of evil. An evil covenant is they desire everything that somebody else have. That he may set his nest on high, that he may be on high, the superpower of the earth. That he may be delivered from the power of evil. He may be delivered from the power of evil. I don't care what type of weapons they have invented. It's going to be all for the glory of the Most High when he bring forth righteousness on this earth. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house. Who live in a house? To your family. By cutting off many people. And has sinned against thy soul. You hear what he said? Shame on you. So-called white man. Shame, you have brought shame to your house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. As you see they bombing and the whole building's coming down. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. Destruction to him that buildeth a town with blood. How did you get America? And they over there, the whole fight they dealing with because they was trying to evict the people from their land. They've been living there all that time. They're trying to evict people off their land. And it's our land. But our land go way farther than what the state of Israel is. It goes all the way to the Euphrates River, man. It goes all the way a long ways. He's only as far as he can step, as far as you can put your feet, that's going to be the land of Israel. Our land. But they built a town with blood. They killed the people that was on the land. In Europe, ran the Japhetic people into the islands and so forth to take that land. Came here and took this land from the east to the west, to the north to the south, the whole Western Hemisphere. The Most High is looking at this. So I say, woe, destruction to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. Now you're going to tell me these cities are set up with righteousness? What city you going to go in America? You say, oh, that city is righteous. The abomination that's in this world is not there. They set up these cities in wickedness. Look, go to Amos 9 and 8. Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are upon the sinful kingdom. The Most High eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. He's going to destroy America from off the face of the earth. Saving, he's going to save somebody. That I will not utterly destroy the house or the family who live in the house or family of Jacob, said the Most High. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. He scatters among all nations. So he's going to command and he's going to sift us, the house of Israel, the family of Israel, the Israelites, from among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Hear that? Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. This is what he's saying to all you Israelites that think you can just keep on going to your churches and think that the Most High going to continue to not deal with you and telling people that you ain't under the commandments of the Most High, you ain't under the law, but you under mercy and grace. You a Gentile grafted in, but you an Israelite. You don't know who you've been grafted in among, and you got to be filled with the Holy Ghost and speak in tongues. Your shepherd had told you that. That's why he told you that the shepherd and his flock going to be put to death. Listen, in many places, listen to what he's saying. For all the sinners of my people that breaking the Most High's commandments, and there's more than 10 commandments. The 10 commandments are set up in Exodus, the 20th chapter, to show you how to love the Most High and to love each other. That's what all the commandments set up on. 613 commandments, plus the commandments that he's given us in reiterating them in another way throughout the Bible. You see? It says, all the sinners of my people who are the 12 tribes of Israel shall die by the sword. which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. The evil, he said he made the wicked for the day of evil. You gonna say they ain't gonna prevent or overtake you? Or prevent us from doing what? From being evil? Oh, that's why he called you a sinner. He said he's gonna put you to death. That's the verdict. It's in, it's real. Go to Ezekiel 24th chapter. Let's look at verse 6. Wherefore, thus said the Most High Power, I must reiterate, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, the power of Jacob, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, wherefore, thus said the Most High Power, woe, mean destruction, to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein. Hear that? To the pot whose scum, that's filthy McNastiness, is therein, and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece. Let no lot fall upon it. Gonna come down piece by piece. He said, don't let no lot come upon it. Say, for her blood is in the midst of her. All the blood that's been shed of the Most High and our peoples, the chosen people of the Most High, is in the midst of her. She set it up. She set it upon the top of a rock. She poured it not upon the ground to cover it with dust, that it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of a rock, that it should not be covered. Since you don't want to cover the blood that you have shed, you can put it out there to be seen. Most High said, for you, I have set her blood. So you're going to set your blood upon the top of a rock, that it should not be covered. Everybody going to see this. That's why everybody going to fear him. He going to be all in all. Therefore, thus say the Most High Power, woe again to the bloody city. I will even make the powerful fire great. You hear he say he's going to make the powerful fire great. America, heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, just people, and spice it well. Hear what he says? Spice it well, and let the bones be burned. This fire gonna be so hot, you burn it, you say the bones gonna be burnt. Woo. You ready for this? That's why it behooves everyone to hear my voice to change. Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be molten in it, that the scum of it may be consumed. Consume this scum that he said is representing you in the way they acting and have conducted themselves before the end. This judgment. She have wearied herself with lies. Wearied herself with lies. Over and over again. And her great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be in the fire. You hear that? All this wickedness, the abomination that she's doing, gonna be in the fire. In thy filthiness is lewdness, because I have purged thee, and thou was not purged. And he's doing that through the men of the Most High that's bringing forth this truth. But thou is not going to be purged. We know you're not going to ever come into the knowledge of the wisdom and understanding of the Most High. Thou shalt not be purged from thy filthiness anymore, till I have caused my fury to rest upon thee. You hear that? He said you ain't going to be caused. You're not going to be purged from your filthiness anymore, till I have caused my fury to rest upon thee. I, the Most High, have spoken it. He's saying this to you. It shall come to pass. It's the future, and we in the future time now, in the present time. I, the Most High, have spoken it. It shall come to pass, and I will do it. Read it again. I, the Most High, have spoken it. He's not a man, he should lie. I, the Most High, have spoken it, it shall come to pass, and I will do it. You say he's going to do it. Stop him from doing it. That's the question. I will not go back. I ain't going back on, he ain't going back on his word. Neither will I spare. He ain't sparing nobody. Neither will I repent. Neither will I be sorry for what it says that I'm going to do. According to thy ways and according to thy doings shall they judge thee, said the Most High Power. Whoa. Ready for that? Oh, we ain't finished. We going on. Why? Look at the things that you've done. Let's go to one abomination and filthy act that you do, that you perpetrate and say it's okay, according to the Most High. Let's find out if it is or not. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man, a real man, also lie with mankind, that's two men lying down together. As he lieth with a woman, two men lying together to have sexual intercourse, as you're supposed to lay down with a woman, both of them, the one giving, the one taking, have committed an abomination, a filthy wicked act, a sin, iniquity. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. But they say you can get married. They perpetrating, in some places, legalizing sexual child abuse in some places. Pedophilia, now classified as a sexual orientation. Giving the child the ability to say whether or not it's okay or not. This is first step to sodomizing our children and having them think that it's okay. And it's not okay. In no way, shape, or form. That's why the Most High said, come out of her, my people, that you receive not of her sins, and receive, not doing her sins and receiving of her plagues. Go to Romans, the first chapter. Romans 1. Look at verse 24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, the lust of their own minds, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Hear that? Dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Men with men and women with women. It's going to tell you. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? Remember we dealing with deceit, lies. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship to serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever? For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. Hear that? For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. That's women with women. Because look what it says next. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, because a man supposed to be with a woman to procreate, burning their lust one toward another. That's why it's women with women and men with men. Men with men, as it's saying. Men laying down having sex with each other, which is abomination, what we just read in Leviticus 20 and 13. Working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meet or right. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, they don't want to receive the fact that we just read in Leviticus 20 and 13, if a man lie down with mankind, if he shall a woman, both of them have committed abominations, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. They don't want to accept that. And what we reading here? And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. That's erring. And even as they did not like to attain the Most High in their knowledge, they don't hear what this Bible's saying. That's only we know what the Most High had to say is through His word. The Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind. To a reprobate mind. To do those things which are not convenient. Hear that? So This is what we're looking at. Then you got those that are accepting this, those that are going with the flow, those that are friends and they dealing with that. They see it's going on. He got something for you. Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, we just read in Leviticus 20 and 13, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. He read it with the Spirit in Leviticus 20 and 13. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them, you can serve death too, he's saying. Don't get it twisted now. That's why we, as a people, we gotta come out of this. Because, look, Zechariah 14 and 12. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Most High will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, all the people that have fought against the Israelites. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Like that lady that was on that fence in Terminator, I think it was. Remember that nuke hit? And she was on that fence, she just melted away. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. See. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great turmoil from the Most High shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor. That's war in the streets. Everyone in the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah, you so-called Negroes, also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. Great abundance. That's why it tells you. That's why he told us in Obadiah 17. Well, I say you name any prophet, they all talk about the same thing. You go into it any way you want to. Obadiah 17 said, but upon Mount Zion, and Zion is representing the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be deliverance. We done read about it. Being saved is delivered. Shall be delivered. Rinse. And there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. You hear that? The house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Who's he talking about? Verse 1. The vision of Obadiah the prophet. Thus said the Most High power concerning Edom, concerning the so-called white man. Because I mean, you gotta understand. Go to we're gonna possess all their possession regardless of how you look at it, because we're gonna be the new IRS. Israelites receiving services forever and ever and ever. Most High will, if we're blessed to be able to be there. Look at Isaiah 60 and 11. Just to show you that we're going to possess their possessions here in this time and the time to come. It said, therefore thy gates, this is the kingdom, shall be open continually. Our gates going to be open continually. Remember, we got 3 gates on the north, 3 gates on the south, 3 gates on the west, and 3 gates on the east, with the 12 tribes of Israel, 3 tribes written in the north, 3 tribes written in the south, 3 tribes written in the east, and 3 tribes written in the west, which represent the 12 tribes of Israel. Our name's going to be on those gates. He said, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They're going to be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee, they don't want to serve us, shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So our gates going to be open, that we're going to possess all that they have. They're going to bring everything to our gates. And to tell you, we're going to rule them with a rod of iron, which is the laws of the Most High. So it's rather, if you want to learn now, you're going to learn anyway. You're going to be made to learn. Or, like you say, you want to serve these, you're going to perish. Simple as that. You understand this. That's why, look at Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Psalm 147, name right there. All praise the Most High about so much I can't say. He already know. He already know, boy. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation beside the 12 tribes of Israel. And as for his judgments, meaning the punishments for breaking his laws, as for his judgments, they have not known them. See, they have not known them. They have not known the judgment of the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. All praise to the Most High. So the nations have not known the judgment of the Most High as of yet. They have not known them. Right? So when we look at this, that's why you look at what the Most High said. Go to, for comfort, let's go to Jeremiah 4:22. Lamentation 4:22, Salaki. Jeremiah is the one is the author. Lamentations, which means crying out. Lamentations 4:22. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. The punishment of our iniquity, of us breaking the Most High's laws, is accomplished. He said, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. This is the last captivity that we have to deal with, that we got to be involved with. And see how it goes along with where we at now. He will no more carry us away into captivity. What is he going to do? He will visit your iniquity, O daughter of Edom. That's why when you read 2 Ezra 6 and 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We got next forever and ever and ever. Hear what he say he gonna do? He not gonna bring us into captivity no more. This is the last time we have to go into captivity. He said he will visit thine iniquity. He gonna visit the iniquity, O daughter of Edom, or the so-called white man. The so-called white aboriginal people that are the descendants of Esau are the Edomites. This ain't got nothing to do with no skin color. He will discover thy sins. He gonna discover your sins. He gonna discover their sins, the things that they have done, like we read about. Say, go to matter of fact, let me go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Let's hear what they have to say. We look up Edom, since we're dealing with the judgment of the end times of this world, which we're in right now. Edom. It says Edom. It says Edom. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. Future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6, Isaiah 63 and 1, and telling you this is what they're telling us to look at. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. So now, this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. I didn't write it. You didn't write it. We didn't write it as Israelites. That's what they're saying. And gave scripture to back it up. Let's go there. Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Heaven is a condition on this earth. Like Esau had a song, I'm in heaven, I'm in heaven. This is heaven. This is our hell, but it's this heaven. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, right here on this earth. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. I got to look up Idumea. Most High sword will come down upon Idumea. Let's look up Idumea in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Idumea. Idumea. It says, pertaining to Edom. Greek and Roman name for Edom. See? See Edom. We already went to Edom. Greek and Roman name for Edom. So it's coming down upon the Edomites. That's what, when you went to Edom, that's what they said. They gave you scriptures to go to show you what time it is, what they do know. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. This is what they gave us to look at. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the Edomites, the so-called white people. I'll say aboriginal, descendants of Esau, Edomites. And upon the people of my curse. What's that curse? The curse is leprosy. But they clean lepers. They leprosy from their head to their toe. To judgment. Because we already been judged. The nations have not been judged. They get this right. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Most High have to sacrifice in Basra. Basra is the capital city of Edom, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. A great slaughter in the land of Idumea. That's why you look at what the Most High is telling us and have told us with understanding, what most people kind of avoid because of the fact that they are afraid of not being one that's not desired. You must say, well, so you're going to be hated for his name's sake. You rolling by Shabbat Mashak Yahweh, you afraid, you better find somewhere to hide. Most I don't give the spirit of fear. Look, go to Malachi, the first verse. Start at verse 1. Malachi, the last prophet in the Old Testament. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel. To the Israelites, by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Most High. He said he loved Israel. Show me where the Most High said he loved any other nation. Where he said, I love Edom, where I love Ammon, where I love Moab, I love Ishmael, I love Elam, I love Ham, where? Because all these nations have biblical names. They come from Shem, Ham, and Japheth. He said, I love you, said the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? He said, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Most High, yet I love Jacob. He said, yet I love Jacob. Esau was our fraternal twin brother. Genesis 25, 26. Whereas Edom, it says, and I hated Esau. He said, I love Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains. See, you see Mount Seir? I showed you how he's from Mount Seir. That Mount, M-O-U-N-T, means mountain. Mountain Seir. Like the last place they've been, they habited was what? The Caucasus Mountains, right? And I have here from the Webster's Encyclopedia Unabridged Dictionary of the English Language. It says Caucasian. It says Caucasoid, all pertaining to the Caucasus Mountain Range. Caucasoid, a member of a subspecies of mankind, including the light-skinned peoples of Europe, North Africa, East Asia, and India, and their descendants in other parts of the world. That's what it says. All belonging to this subspecies, Caucasian. There it is right there. Unabridged, Webster's, Unabridged, Encyclopedia Unabridged Dictionary of the English language. So, the truth is the truth. So it says, Malachi 1 and 3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. They were ran into the Caucasus Mountains approximately around 193 AD. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished. They ran into the Caucasus Mountains, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus say the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, power of angels. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them, these Edomites, the border of wickedness. and the people against whom the Most High have indignation, how long? Forever. Forever, he said. So, because of the things that they done, that's why he said in so many places, go to I wanted to go back to that fire. Let's go back to that fire. Let me bring one of my favorites. It's my favorite. Bring the Most High back. Go to Ezekiel 22. And verse 20. Ezekiel 22 and 20. It says, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, like they take all these different metals to put into the furnace to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that he said so many times, and ye shall know that I, the Most High, have poured out my fury upon you. Right? Go to 2 Peter's 3 and 10. Second Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Most High, that he's going to melt people, will come, is coming. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. What kind of noise is this going to be? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The elements, protons and neutrons and atoms shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Gonna burn everything up, y'all.